Welcome back, vagabonds. I'm here in my new office. I hope you like the new setup. Trying some new things out. Hopefully it is something that'll work out a little bit better. So what we're going to talk about today is the best locations to visit in the summer of 2021. If this is the first time that you have visited the channel, welcome. Glad to have you. My name is Carter. I write for A Typical Vagabond and go to bluetegu.com. The three things that I concentrate on are the environment, travel, and technology. So if these three things are important to you, please come along. Smash that subscribe button. Hit the like button here and we'll carry on. But today, what we're going to talk about are the top 10 locations to travel in the summer of 2021. We've been locked down for the past year and we are all eager to go. The most important thing is, before we go traveling, is to get the COVID vaccination shots. Whether it's the one shot with Johnson & Johnson, or the 2 shots with Pfizer, or the 2 shots with Moderna. Get your vaccination in and we can start traveling. With how things have opened up in different portions of the world, it's good, a good chance that this summer that these spots that I have picked out will be open for travel for us. The first option that I'm going to put out there is to stay at home. This is probably the best option, as the spread of the coronavirus is still not completely under wrapped. So it is important that we do all of our parts to keep the spread of the pandemic down to a complete minimum. You can still buy hotel bonds at your favorite getaways, though maybe it's something that this summer is not the time to go to those locations. So maybe staying home is a better option for you this year. Though we know we need to get some revenge travel out for missing the past year of traveling. We are very cooped up, got the cabin fever, and need to get some stress out by seeing something unique, experiencing something different. So if you are like me and have wanderlust, I'll present to you these next items. The closest spot that we could visit is to the north of Canada. In some places there are still restrictions, yet going to some of these rural locations might be a great spot to visit this summer. Overall, Canadians have done a great job of restricting the spread of COVID. If visiting the fjords of Norway or the pasture lands of Ireland are on your bucket list, then consider the Maritimes province of Canada. While these regions are not known for their high-end hotels, they are known for everything small batch. So if you want to find something that is unique to you, you'll be able to find a one-of-a-kind souvenir in the Maritimes. The other thing is this region might be well overlooked, so keeping in the theme of small crowds and social distancing, you will probably have a more enjoyable time here. For number 2, just gonna put it out there, anywhere in the Caribbean, it would be a great spot. It would be an understatement to say that the Caribbean has been hit hard in these past few years. With the uptick of hurricanes increasing year to year, the Caribbean has been struck down and had to do quite a bit of rebuilding. They've also been hit with the Zika virus, which has been a difficult aspect to overcome. St. Bart's is one of the islands that will have transformed one of the largest hotels in the Caribbean. Turk and Caicos emerged from the pandemic as the vacation hotspot for the elite. They have some of the best socially distanced villas in the Caribbean. The great thing about this island is that this is just a one-stop plane trip to visit, while St. Bart's and Anguilla are 2 flights. Mystique in the Grenadines has also been very good about keeping COVID-19 under wraps. The third location that I'm going to suggest is the Riviera Nayarit in Mexico. If you want freedom from the chaos found at the beaches in Cancun, go to the opposite side of Mexico where you have these small surf towns that are absolutely enjoyable to hang out in. These smaller towns have a laid-back feel. It's a great place to just get away, relax, and not have to think about anything. While you're exploring different parts of Mexico, consider the Pueblos Mágicos, the magic cities that were designated by Mexico City. These cities were designated Pueblos Mágicos to help increase tourism. The Pueblos Mágicos designation is to allow tourists to know that these are cultural hotspots. Next, we're off to Portugal. Portugal was the first European country to receive the Safe Travel seal from the World Travel and Tourism Council. Portugal continues to stand out amongst the European Union as one of the best places to travel year in and year out. What makes Portugal such a great place to visit is the Mediterranean climate. Portugal has over 1,000 miles of coastline, so there's plenty of surfing that you can do, beach time, seafood meals, you name it. Some of the best hiking that you can find in Europe can be found in Portugal. It's not one of the things that I would think about, but there are some great hiking trails to be had in Portugal. The Douro Valley in Portugal is a UNESCO World Heritage Site for the great grapes that they make for their wines. There is a lot of culture to be absorbed in here, and if you are a wine connoisseur, you definitely need to check out Portugal. For those of you that might have more of an archaeological bent, check out the castles here. Portugal has hundreds of magnificent castles that you can visit. So what would make a more excellent vacation than castle hopping in Portugal? Next, we're going to go over to Central America's tourism pioneer, Costa Rica. They have the best ecotourism in all Americas, I would say. You have any environment that you want to go to along the beaches. You have protected sea line to where you can see sea turtles hatching, being released, to going up into the mountains to the cloud forest. Though, if you want to catch the Pura Vida in Costa Rica, you will need to have travel insurance. That is the one unique requirement here. The rest of the country is open up for tourism. The only drawbacks here is that if you're interested in nightlife, going to nightclubs, concerts, all that stuff is banned. If you're interested in a beach getaway or some jungle destination, Costa Rica is definitely the spot for you. Staying at home, we all have been working on our bread recipes, and we're probably tired of the burrata and ragu recipes with all our pasta dishes. So my suggestion is let's leave our houses and head to Italy. Italy is strong on my mind because I have a friend that has been locked down in Italy through all the pandemic, and he survived, but a lot of people haven't. And Italy recently has opened up its borders for tourism. Though my suggestion is some of these hot spots that would draw large crowds and maybe a little bit of chaos, it might be better to not visit these locations and maybe explore some lesser known spots in more rural locations of Italy, which would make for a unique story to tell your friends. And this isn't to say don't go to the Colosseum, don't go to the Leaning Tower of Pisa, etc. I mean, definitely have that on your itinerary, but just in case Italy has a large amount of people visiting, it might be better to have a secondary plan that you can escape from these situations. Not only could crowds be an issue, but since there has been issues in the past with rises in COVID cases in Italy, there might be different types of shutdowns that occur if cases end up rising. For number 7, let's try maybe something that's not on your bucket list is to travel to Africa. Where I would suggest going is Tanzania. Tanzania is Africa's visual masterpiece. You can go out and travel through the Serengeti, see wildebeest give birth to the young, and hike up to Africa's highest mountain of Mount Kilimanjaro. If you are needing to channel your inner Indiana Jones, there are plenty of archaeological sites to visit. The most important thing when you're traveling to Tanzania is to consider where your money is going to be spent. Making sure that the travel agencies that you are using for specific guides, that they are going back into the community. Too much of colonialism has occurred in these nations, and it is important that we help rebuild these communities as we visit their homes. And we need to remember that we are guests in their country, and to treat them with the utmost respect. The great thing about traveling through the Serengeti and hiking up to the Mount Kilimanjaro is the panoramic views, the lush grass jungles, the forests that you travel through. One of the unique things that you can do on some of these tourism trips and book a tour to watch the birthing season of wildebeest. While this is a unique thing that you can do, it is highly popular, and there are a limited amount of tours available due to the restrictions of COVID. So if this is something that might be on your bucket list, definitely get out there and book that now. If you're looking for hospitality, you definitely need to consider going to Bangkok, Thailand. If you have not been to Asia, Thailand is definitely a great introduction to the continent. Currently, there are some visa restrictions that allow you to travel there, but you have to quarantine for a total of 7 days. In Phuket, they will begin their phase 2 of the reopening in July 1st. And this will allow you to travel into Thailand and stay in Phuket for 7 days. And after you are confirmed of not having COVID, you'll be able to travel throughout anywhere in Thailand. They're going to continue doing different rollouts throughout the year, and by the end of the year there should be a complete opening to tourism in Thailand. Next we have Australia. If they open up, they have been one of the best countries to lock down the coronavirus spread. So Australia is definitely a spot that would be a safe place to travel in 2021. So I'm not going to talk about Australia too much since I'm not 100% sure that we will be able to travel there, but it's something to definitely keep your eyes on down the road in case that they do open up for travel this summer. I know that you have been watching Bridgerton and The Crown, so I know also that you are interested in traveling to the United Kingdom. So definitely put Scotland on your list. Traveling to Scotland, you will have the old world charm and the otherworldly sights to visit. There are so many locks and fords to check out and to explore, to name. So Edinburgh has had a revivance of some high-end hotels, so if you need to be pampered with some high-end luxury hotels, then definitely consider going into Edinburgh and enjoying being pampered. Well, that concludes my top 10 locations to visit in the summer of 2021. Did I miss something? Was there something that would be a better place to visit this summer? Put it down in the comment section. Remember to dream big and let each step be filled with compassion. Until then, hit subscribe, hit the like button, and I'll see you next Saturday.